Hi guys, and welcome back to our Come and See activity. This week we're starting a brand new topic, alright? We've just come back, it's a brand new half term, which means we have a brand new topic to work on. This topic is Lent and Easter, which works brilliantly because we've started Lent. The season of Lent has begun. Last Wednesday we celebrated Ash Wednesday, so now the season is purple. We're preparing for Easter, we're preparing for Jesus' death and his resurrection. So it makes sense for us to learn and pray at the same time through our Come and See and through our liturgical season. Now, as you know, most of our videos are split between a Key Stage 1 activity and a Key Stage 2 activity. This one, however, is going to be for both, okay? So it doesn't matter if you're in Key Stage 1 or Key Stage 2. This activity is for you. So let's get down to it. So, Lent. What is Lent? Well, Lent is a season. Yes, much like autumn, winter, summer, spring, the church has its own seasons, and some of us learnt about this a little bit in last half term's Come and See activities. So one of the big seasons of our church's year is the season of Lent. Now Lent lasts for 40 days and 40 nights. And what we could try and remember is the time just after Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist. Now, he did this just before he started his work, what we call his ministry, okay? Now, before he started all that, he needed some time to get away. He had to go and get away from it all. He had to think, he had to pray. So, Jesus went into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. And that's what we remember when we are going through the season of Lent. We remember that Jesus also had to take a step back and think about everything that was about to happen. Now, this 40 days is sometimes referred to as a retreat. Now, some of you might have heard of this word before. You might think of an army captain or a general shouting, "Retreat!" because we're losing and we have to run away. But actually, retreating isn't running away, okay? Otherwise, he'd say, "Run away, we've lost, we're done for, no chance, go." But the word retreat actually means to take a step back. Now, when the general would shout retreat, he would signal to his men that we need to fall back to a safe place, to a place where the enemy can't get to us, where we can regroup, we can replan, and we can work out how we move forward, how we go on to win, how we go on to do better, how we improve on the mistakes we've made. So Lent, as a season, is one big retreat. It's one big call from God saying, come back, get to a safe place, look at what's going wrong, look at what's going right, and see how you move forward. So, our challenge for this week is going to involve this template, okay, and that is obviously a leaf. Now, I'm not sure if any of you have ever heard the phrase, turning over a new leaf. Now, that is a phrase that actually comes from the fact that when trees start to go through the different seasons, in autumn, all the leaves start to fall down. But the tree's still alive. The tree isn't dead. It's still living. It's still, going strong. And in spring, it gets new leaves. It turns over new leaves. And that's what we're doing as well. That idea of retreating, that idea of resetting, turning over new leaves. So what I'd like you to do on this leaf is simple. First of all, I'd like you to cut it out. That's nice and easy. And on one side, I don't mind which one, maybe you want to think about the things maybe that you've gotten wrong and the mistakes you've made. I'd like you to write down one, just one, okay, on the back leaf. Because that's the leaf we're turning over. Because on the other side, I'd like you to set yourself a challenge. Now remember what I said earlier, Lent is about retreating, about starting again. Looking at what's gone wrong and being like, okay, so that's a mistake. We don't want to do that again. So now how do I move forward? How do I carry on? How do I do better? And I want you to set yourself a challenge. Write on the leaf one thing you want to try and do this Lent. One act of random kindness. That's all I want. So, on the back of the leaf, a mistake we might have made and something we want to change, maybe something we want to give up and we want to kind of leave for the next 40 days. Get it? Leave. I'm gonna leave it. No? Okay, fine. I thought it was funny. On the back, something we want to not do, something we want to say sorry for, or one mistake we don't want to repeat. So, on the back of the leaf, one mistake, one thing we regret, one thing we might have gotten wrong, one thing we don't want to do more of, something we want to give up. And on the front, a challenge, something we want to do more of, something we want to do every day, an act of random kindness, one act that we can do every day or every week. That's your challenge for this week. Make sure you keep those leaves and keep them really safe. We're going to bring them back into school and make something beautiful with them when we're back in school in a few weeks' time. But for now, ready, steady, go!